In today's video, we're going to talk about Gel Manicures 101. Everything you want to know in this video right now on Biz Talk. I like 101, Tracy. It makes me feel like I'm in school. I'm taking the intro class, you know, the beginner's chemistry 101, because that's how it was for me. And this is Gel Mani's 101, Trace. I like it. And I'm with the person that I should be with to learn everything about Gel Manicures is you, yourself, and you. How lucky am I? That was a compliment. I don't think I've ever started a Biz Talk with a compliment to you.
I zoned out. What are we talking about?
We're talking about you and you zoned out. Amazing. Let's talk about Jorge.
Okay, I'm listening.
All right. Gel Manicures 101. I want to really kind of dissect this because I think there is a lot of questions on how should I price these relative to like my enhancement services. What about art? Should it be the same, different? What is considered art on them? You know, what if I use two different colors? Should there be a charge? There's a lot of questions. Is a gel manicure just a manicure? Is it an enhancement? How long should it take me? All these questions. You know what I'm saying? That we're going to get to, Tracy. I want to get to the bottom of this. Detective Habib is here. Get to the bottom of this.
6 feet.
6 feet under.
Push him in.
Yeah. First question, let's go with pricing. If you have enhancements meaning, if you have extensions, okay, how should they be priced? What's your take, Trace?
Extensions or just a gel mani?
If you have, versus extensions. So gel manicure versus if you offer, acrylic extensions or gel extensions, length.
Right.
You know, versus just I'm coming in getting a gel manicure service. How do you price it? Is it priced the same, different?
So we really have to look at time. And I don't charge. I know. You know where I'm going with this, right? Because I don't charge per minute. I don't charge per hour. I don't do that. I charge what it's worth. However, I do have to look at my timing. Basically, am I going to do a fill, which I used to schedule 30 minutes for a fill. And that, I always say my fills would start at $60 now. So am I going to do a gel manicure, which is usually what I'd schedule for a gel manicure?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Am I going to charge $30?
You're losing money.
No.
Right.
It doesn't make sense for me to do gel manicures at that point. So you have to look at it in that way. The table is our real estate, and our real estate should be making the same amount of money no matter what we're doing. Correct. Or around the range of the same money, right? So we have to look at it that. What are your gel manicures entailing? Are you taking a full hour to do a gel manicure? And I'm not saying that's bad. There's a lot of people that take an hour. But could you be doing something else that's going to actually pay you more in that hour?
Right.
So for me, a gel mani started at $60.
Right, which is what your basic fill started at.
Yeah.
And so you're not looking at time. You're not charging by time. But what you're doing is you're just using time to determine what you should charge as a gauge. So like the minimum you're doing fills in 30, 60, I can't be losing money.
Yeah.
So
to go there, right? So when we say time as a gauge, if you think about it, I book an hour for a full set, and a full set start at 90. So, a fill is 60.
If you're doing them in 30 minutes,
so it's 120 an hour. So what I'm saying is there's a baseline, right? Like I'm not going to charge half of what I could put something else in that full set spot. Full sets for me are not on the regular because it's all about maintenance afterwards. So that's just kind of a one-time thing. But I'm just saying you can't go, I'm going to do manicures and only charge $20 for a manicure and I'm taking 45 minutes to do it. It just does not make any sense. I wouldn't offer it. I just wouldn't offer it.
Financially, business-wise, not a smart choice. You've got to keep it there. And in the end, if you are doing You know, let's say you're doing back-to-back gel manicures. Well, you're making $120 an hour, which is pretty awesome. So same as a fill.
I like it.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Now, I'm happy to offer gel manicures, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on gel manicures, I think, you know, people often ask, like, is this an enhancement? Do you consider it just a regular manicure, like polish? What are the obvious differences, and why do you consider it, enhancements?
So for me, it absolutely is an enhancement. It's something that I need to stick to the nail. I am expecting it to last at least 2 weeks, right? It is an enhancement. It needs prep. It needs to be secured. It needs a light. It needs all these different things. It's not polish. And I think things have come around a lot.
I think so.
On this. But when it first came out, it was put out there kind of just like a polish. Oh, you don't even prep the nails, and everybody's wondering why it's just sliding off the nails.
Right.
And it's like it's a gel. It's a soft gel. It is an enhancement. Let's
Absolutely.
not kid ourselves. We can't tell our clients there's no prep to the natural nail. Yes, there is prep to the natural nail. It's not damaging, but there is prep.
Right. And also, like, I want to kind of touch, kind of on this topic, the removal process. I think there's sort of a camp that soaks, removes off, pushes off. And then there's a camp that electric files off. What are the pros and cons, the differences here for removal of gel manicures?
Now, this would, for me, kind of proves the fact that it's an enhancement, right? It doesn't come off with polish remover. You don't just take polish remover and wipe it. So it is an enhancement. It needs some form of removal and reapplication. So, and everybody has their preference, just like you said. Personally, I electric file. I don't do any damage to the nail plate. My natural nails or my clients' natural nails are perfectly healthy. But that is part of the process. Now, for me, a removal and reapplication still was in that 30-minute time. So it's $60. It
doesn't matter.
It didn't matter to me. What you're booking is 30 minutes. I'm going to remove it, because it's just color.
Right.
I'm removing to the, it's just the color. It's like if a client comes in for a fill and they have gel polish on top of their enhancement, I have to remove the gel polish to the enhancement. I'm doing kind of the same thing with gel polish. I remove to the clear coat, ready to go.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
And is that, if you are just, I want to talk about timing. This may be veering off the subject a little bit, but electric filing versus soaking off, just in timing wise, I mean, you're going to see a big difference here, right? I think this is important to talk about.
I don't know that someone could, and then there might be someone in the comments right now, and the young bloods are coming. They're coming after me. I got speed, man. They got the skill. Then someone might be going, I can soak with acetone and reapply in 30 minutes. I would have a hard time doing. I would not be able to do that. For me, is the only way I'm going to be able to do that in that time frame is by electrifiling off.
Right.
I personal experience the way, and it's not about time for me. It's about the health of the nail, the quality of the nail, and time. Both matter to me.
What you're saying is you don't electric file because of time.
It's not. That's not the factor.
Right.
I'm not going to damage someone's nail, but it's faster.
Right.
That isn't playing into it. Personally, the only time that I started having issues with my natural nails, cracking and breaking and all these different things, is when Greg decided he was going to start soaking my nails off in acetone.
Right.
And it lasted about 2 months, and I was having problem after problem. So people don't realize sometimes you can do damage with both. You can do damage with both if you don't know what you're doing. I'm not saying Greg didn't know what he was doing. It's just my nails did not respond well to it. Correct. They started to shrivel up. They started because they had just dehydrating the crud out of them, and it just didn't do well. Went back to electric filing. My nails great shape.
Yeah, so I think that's important. It's like different people's nails are going to react differently to different things. Mm-hmm. Yours did not respond well to that. I personally, it's, I like the idea of removing them with an e-file. If you're properly trained, you've got to be trained. Okay, you got to understand how to use the tools. But it's clean, it's fast. I think one of the big things for me is, when you guys were showing me, especially when you and I did those acrylic videos, Tracey, it's like you're just making contact. You're not you're not like putting pressure to remove. You're literally just making contact, and it's like the color just
it's mesmerizing,
like butter.
Isn't it?
It's mesmerizing.
Like, you got a good bit. You got a good e-file. It just does all the work for you. And for me, when soaking, it's like I had to break what we call the seal anyway.
Right.
It's like
you're
I'll
already
just do 2 more swipes, and it's all gone. So,
and I think there's a misconception, also that people think, oh, I have to remove everything, like all the way down to all the base layer, but no.
In fact, if I'm doing the same color or a darker color, I don't even worry about getting all the gel polish off.
Right.
I just get it to where I need it, because you're covering it all up. So I think sometimes we overthink that process.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just, if you get trained on an e-file, get trained, get proper education, I think it's going to be good for business, good for you, good for your hands, good for health, and also your services and the person on the other side too.
Absolutely.
I think it can be. What about, this question had come up recently, when it comes to nail art, gel polish services. Does that differ from nail art on extensions of acrylic or gel, or how do you price it? What about color?
This was funny. Jorge said this and it annoyed the crap out of me. I was instantly annoyed. I'm like, why does it matter? It's nail art.
Wait, but did Jorge annoy you or the question annoy you?
It was a twofer. It was a twofer. But it was like, is that a legit question? And I get it. I understand why people are asking it. But it's nail art. It doesn't matter what your extra guac is extra guac. It don't matter if you're putting it on a sandwich or on a salad. It doesn't matter. It's true. Extra. So same thing with art. It glitters the same. It starts here, goes from there. It doesn't matter if it's on the enhancement or not.
So what about if you're doing multiple colors, right? Because same deal.
Same. When I do a fill or if I do a full set, it always includes 1 gel polish, right? Because I don't want to polish the nail unless I'm using polish and sealing it in gel, whatever I'm doing. But the minute it goes past the 1, and so my gel polish would include 1 color. Once it goes past the 1, it's $5 per extra color.
Right. So if they want, hey, I want that red, but I want maybe ring finger.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 different colors on it.
So that would be $30 extra charge.
Yes.
If you wanted 6 different colors.
And that doesn't include the chrome that's on top of that.
That would be another $5. Maybe 10? No, 5.
I actually have multiple chromes on, so probably at least 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you have different chromes on.
But that's the thing. People are like, well, no one's going to pay for that. No one
don't.
Need it.
You don't
then
do
get
it.
2 colors and you just paid an extra $5.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. What look do you want? You want the Mona Lisa, you pay for the Mona Lisa.
Right. So the whatever the one, it comes with 1 color.
It comes with 1 color, yeah.
And then so if you want an additional color on the ring fingers, $5.
Yeah.
And then if you want a glitter press on that, another $5.
Yeah. I want an extra scoop of guac.
I want an extra guac.
It's $5.
Another extra scoop of guac is another $5. Yep. And then, okay, great. So I think that answers that question. And then one final question I wanted to ask you, and I think, again, you had mentioned this briefly, but I want to talk about it a little bit more. I think people get confused when they think about gel manicure because maybe they're not thinking of it as an enhancement. The prep, I think a lot of time people are not prepping the way that they should. They're maybe prepping like a traditional manicure with polish. They're not prepping it the way it needs. How do you prep properly a gel polish service?
I prep exactly the way I do for a hard gel or acrylic.
Okay, so, and what is that? Can you detail those steps?
Pushing back the cuticle.
Yep.
Removing the shine from the nail, making sure there's no protein growth on, extra protein growth in the cuticle area. Swiping it clean, protein bond. I personally protein bond twice because I do not soak.
Correct.
So if you are going to soak, just put it on the very tip of the nail, not the whole nail. Exactly the same I do for any enhancement.
Yeah, and that way you'll ensure, because this is an enhancement that needs to bond to the nail, you're ensuring. And then when you, sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. Especially since, remember, we're trying to get this to hold to a natural nail bed.
Right.
That's more bendy. It's more flexible. It's not like putting an over enhancement. Of course, yeah, we got to make sure we prep right.
You got to make sure. And again, this is maybe off the subject, but people always ask, well, do you do that then if you're putting gel polish over extensions, acrylic or gel? How do you prep the nail the same way, or How does that work?
So it would be the exact same prep as doing it for your gel top coat, right? We file, shape. I take it to a raw nail is what I call it. And a raw nail to me is the enhancement has been filed, shaped, everything with a 150 file, which gives it a little texture. Cleanse it off, protein bond the whole top of the enhancement, go into your gel polish. You don't need base when you're doing it over enhancements.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people ask.
Yeah, because you're just, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to make it look thicker.
Yeah.
It's going to make it bulkier, and it's a waste of product. You just don't need to on enhancements.
Got it. Awesome, Tracey. Guys, let us know in the comments below if you have any other questions concerning a gel polish manicure. We covered a lot of information today. I think it was very helpful. Tracey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next time on the Biz Talk.
Subscribe to the channel now. Subscribe to the channel now. Subscribe to the channel now. Subscribe to the channel.